everybody. Welcome to episode number 7 of the Pollution Solution. I'm actually on day number 8 of the Liver Rescue 369 cleanse. So, happy you could join me today and hope we can cover some cool stuff to talk about. Firstly, give you an update on how I'm doing, what I'm feeling, and how I feel like it's working for me. So I slept great last night, as opposed to the night before where I was up and down all over the place. So thank goodness that has helped my day overall. Anyway, so I'm very thankful for a good night's rest. And I noticed yesterday after I ate my spinach soup and cucumber noodles that I got a lot of energy. It pretty much carried me through, I would say, till the evening time. And, after dinner I was ready to kind of wind down. But I have to say, my energy improved quite a bit. And today, same thing. When I ate my lunch, I felt energized afterwards. So, forgive me if I'm a little woo. No. So other than that, I was even thinking about trying to implement that soup into my daily routine because it makes me feel great. And I do feel like instantly, like it's doing something. Like I feel it activating my nerves or, stimulating my system to work hard and go into overdrive. So I feel like there's something positive for that. So feeling good. I got one more day tomorrow, and actually I believe I've decided today that I'm gonna turn right around and start day 1 again right away. So I'm hoping that doing it back to back will make sure that the healing stays on track and I make the most out of the time that I have. So, it's been a challenge in some ways, but I think I can do better the second time because I'll be more familiar with what I'm supposed to be doing and shopping for. Maybe not have to make quite so many runs to the store because I wasn't super organized with my shopping list this time, and I could improve that for sure for next time. Anyway, so let's talk about food. My favorite. Started off as usual, 16 ounces lemon water, waited 20 minutes, drank 16 ounces of celery juice.
We have transport capability, communications back up with contact starting, work with the hills.
Waited 20 minutes, and then I actually kind of flipped the snack and the smoothie today because I had to run to the store and wanted to get there before I had to stay and make the smoothie and so forth. So, ate the apple on the way to the store, and when I got back, made my smoothie made of papaya, banana, cherries, peaches, and lime juice. I forgot the lime juice at first, and I was like, does doesn't taste as good. So today I made sure to put that in, and it makes it nice and tangy as well as sweet, so I like it a lot. And then I waited a couple of hours, did a couple things around the house, and it was time to make lunch, which was once again the cucumber noodles and the spinach soup poured over it. And it's amazingly good. I'm like surprised how much I'm kind of digging it. So I'm thankful for that, because if I'm required to eat it, at least let it be something I'll enjoy. So now I have to do another celery juice this afternoon, and 2 apples and some dates before my liver rescue salad tonight with Brussels sprouts on top. So, of course, probably will wind up eating another apple after dinner as well, and hope that, the healing continues. I'm feeling great, honestly. So, I really feel like something is going on in my body, and I'm so encouraged that I'm willing to go through it again right away without taking a break or anything. My husband wasn't thrilled when he heard the news, because he's been trying to stand by me and do it with me just to support me, but he's not quite as motivated on his own, although he's going to wind up in the end so healthy as a result, and it'll be a complete accident. So okay, so today I want to talk about the Epstein-Barr virus a little bit. I've touched on the virus before in some of my other episodes, but today I want to just discuss it more in depth. The Epstein-Barr virus causes many of the ailments that we all experience that are quote-unquote mystery ailments. Basically, Western medicine has not figured out that it is the Epstein-Barr virus causing many of these disorders. I'll list off a few of them just in case you didn't see the other episode, but things like fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, any thyroid disease, vertigo, tinnitus, lupus, hepatitis C, neurological disorders, which is what I'm experiencing, anxiety, insomnia, as well as many other types of cancer out there. So, shocker. I know, I was like, whoa, that's huge, because honestly, I know I've had Epstein-Barr for years and years and had no idea it was causing some of these symptoms. So it's funny, as I've been doing the detox this week, I had a little bit of tinnitus start in my right ear, which I thought was interesting. It was a symptom I didn't really have before the cleanse, but there's just been a couple of days where I've had slight ringing in my ear, which is bizarre, but hopefully means that something's happening, something's moving, and getting healthy. So interesting fact, out of 320 million Americans, 225 million Americans have some sort of Epstein-Barr virus. Apparently according to Anthony William, the medical medium, all of this information is from him. I do not claim to be an expert, but according to him, there is over 60 strains of Epstein-Barr virus that exist, and many of them are still undiscovered. So we need to work on some testing, I guess, in the medical field to establish some of these. Anyway, I digress. So a little fun history lesson about Epstein-Barr, and apparently the virus initially was a beneficial virus to have when it first started out, and it wasn't until the Industrial Revolution that it became kind of problematic, and that was due to a lot of the toxicity that came along with the Industrial Revolution. So the Epstein-Barr virus would eat pathogens in your body and actually serve you a good service, because it would eat the pathogens, then your body would kill off an overgrowth if there was one, and you'd go on down the road and you'd be better off for it. However, once the Industrial Revolution came, and they started using chemicals and releasing heavy metals into the water supply as well as into the air, soil, everything like that, as well as DDT and other pesticides that were used throughout the years. Anyway, all of these toxins then were in our bodies and stored in our livers, because our liver's trying to protect us at all costs from all of these things constantly. And so the virus happens to love to eat them, and then once they eat them, they do two things. They emit a neurotoxin or dermatoxin or whatever waste material they emit that has amounts of that substance in it, as well as when that particular virus cell dies, then other virus cells eat the dead one, which has the toxin in it, and it will do one of two things to that second virus cell. It will either kill it because it's too much toxicity even for the virus, or the virus will become stronger, and then there's a chain reaction. Then it dies, and another virus comes along and eats it, and then if it survives, it becomes stronger as well. So over time, you have this evolution that's happening inside of your body that is quite amazing, actually. If you think about the mutation aspect of the ability the Epstein-Barr virus has, it's something special. I mean, my goodness. So, anyway, over time, of course, the virus is then passed from person to person via bodily fluids. That's why mono, which is stage 2 of the Epstein-Barr virus, is called the kissing disease, because usually you exchange saliva and that's how it's transmitted. Anyway, but after a while, this virus has evolved in different people, and even once it's within you, you can have it evolving still, depending on how much toxins and bad stuff are in your liver, basically. So, and furthermore, you can have more than one strain of Epstein-Barr, as well as other things like strep, shingles, other viruses as well, which also tax the liver in a different way. But so all of this burdens your liver like crazy, and unfortunately takes it down eventually, in which case that's when you start presenting some of these symptoms. So Epstein-Barr, once it's in your body, has 4 stages. It starts off harmlessly enough, and you might not even be aware that you have it until one day it, replicates, becomes a troublemaker, and metamorphoses into stage 2, which is mono. So it can be mild or severe depending on what strain it is. So if you're knocked out with it for weeks, you probably have one of the more aggressive strains of the Epstein-Barr virus. If you barely even know you have it and you're just a little fatigued or perhaps just feeling run down, it might be a milder strain of Epstein-Barr, but you still have it. So once it's finished with that stage, it goes to set up housekeeping in your liver, and it can lay there for years with nothing. It might never come to life again for you, depending on how many toxins you have in your body, how much stress you're under, what strain it is. Some people live with it all a long time and never have really any significant problems with it. However, if it's replicating and living and growing, breeding eventually it overburdens the liver to the point where the liver can't contain it anymore, and it goes roaming in your body in your bloodstream. So usually the next stage is stage 3, and it sets up housekeeping in your thyroid gland. So all of that hyperthyroid, hypothyroid, Hashimoto's disease are all Epstein-Barr living in your thyroid. So, of course, then it debilitates the thyroid from functioning properly. And stage 4 is once it's had enough with the thyroid, then it goes traveling once again to your central nervous system, which that's what's happened to me. And a lot of these things like vertigo and tinnitus, neuropathy where you have strange pain somewhere else that's unexplainable, all of that stuff is stage 4 Epstein-Barr virus. So I just wanted to make that little note. And the key to all of them basically is to get your viral load down. So these protocols, like the 369 Liver Rescue Cleanse, are the way to do that. So unfortunately, Western medicine just doesn't know the root cause, so they don't know how to treat it. It's not that they're trying to be harmful, they're trying to help, but they just don't know yet. So thank goodness for Anthony William and all of his information coming out, because finally I think we can maybe heal some of these things. Anyway, I'm off my soapbox. I'm off my soapbox now, and hope that you'll tune in tomorrow for my final day of the 369 cleanse. And coming attractions, I'm going to turn right around and do it again. So I'll keep you posted on how round 2 of the 9-day cleanse goes for me. All right, love you very much. We'll see you next time.